Hi, welcome to another episode of the Weekly Brunch. I am Daloon and I am your hostess today. And I have nothing really programmed out, so this is completely an opinionated segment of the Weekly Brunch. I'm early because I woke up early because I wanted to catch the snow as it's falling, and it's starting to fall now. Um, it doesn't look as bad, but I could tell you what, I'm going to take a look real quick at our current weather here. And right now it is 17 degrees outside here in New York and it feels like 2 degrees due to the wind chill, which is why I normally love to have a video of me frolicking in the snow. But even I have my limits when it comes to the cold. I hope you are somewhere warm. I received alerts from NYC uh, or News NYC, basically saying that every borough, if you are unaware, have the heating buses at two different locations. Let me see if I could find which one of the threads it's in so I could tell you which one to go to. Let's see. Let me search on it. Warming buses. Search for that. So it's under the New York City Emergency Management is what I saw, but that's not where I originally saw it. When I saw it, I do apologize for me taking so long to look for it. All right, unfortunately, it's not here for me to see on the phone immediately. Let me see warming buses NYC. Maybe that'll come up for you so I could tell you which ones it's at. A matter of fact, I believed I shared this link with a friend of mine. Just take a look here and see. No, I thought about sharing it. Funny thing about scrolling, when you get up in the morning, you forget what you scroll for. NYC News. Let's see if it's under NYC News. We're going to go ahead and talk about, hopefully, like I said, you're in a warm place. If you have to travel throughout New York City today, they do have the buses out at two different locations for each borough. I can only speak for New York NYC, so I do apologize. Let's see if it'll show me what's been posted in the last hour. We are expecting 2 inches per hour. That's what the Empire Weather has just notified us. So if you haven't gotten anything you need that's essential, go ahead and bundle up if it's not essential, and please make sure it's essential what you go for, what you're going out there for. I made sure I got every last minute thing I needed, even cigarettes. I don't want to hear anything about quitting smoking or anything like that because I'm still going to smoke. I believe Edward Adams had something on there about it. And let's see who else may have had. I know there's a lot of weather updates going through. This storm is not to be taken lightly due to the weather. So yesterday I did a late buddy check, which I do apologize for that. It was rough, and I had to get everything ready for myself for the storm as well. And that's what I want to discuss. I know you may not be prepared. If you weren't prepared, kind of late. If you're going to use Instagram, Uber Eats, or any of those things, please be considerate of those delivery people weathering the storm so you could get what you may have forgotten. My best advice is to stay indoors. We are not, quote unquote, supposed to get an ice hitting us up here. Those of you who are in those areas, take great heed. And I hope you at least are prepared in case the power goes out. I think a lot more people were prepared. I hear there's a lot of stores the shelves are empty. Luckily I didn't have to run to the store for anything. If anything, I would have to gone for milk, but I have my substitute. I have my powdered milk and I have my carnation milk in case you forget and you have those lying around the house. Remember, you could use those as a substitute so you don't have to weather the storm. Now, what I wanted to talk about today in reference to the storm is taking note of what you may want to change in being prepared for not just this emergency, for any emergency that may come. Now, having a stock of food where you could basically shop your pantry is usually good. Yes, that's a prepper thing. I believe in being prepared. Would I call myself a prepper? Not necessarily, but it took an anxiety. There was an anxiety that I didn't have to worry about. So that's something you may want to keep in mind. Another thing, because it's a snowy day, it's too cold to go out. I miss snowball fight time, and I'm not even going to weather this coldness to attempt a snowball fight because it's just too cold outside, at least for me. And I love the snow, but I don't like the cold. But last week I talked about having a Gimli moment. You could have your Ghibli moments now. You could put a meal together. I'm early because I did a nice little garlic bread, made some garlic bread and scrambled eggs for my brunch this morning. And I plan to make a casserole. Sorry. I plan to make a casserole for today and maybe for the rest of the week because I don't know how bad this is going to get. And I'm hoping to be able to weather the storm to go out to work, but you never know. So let's do a checklist. Do you have everything you need? The essentials. Do you have pre-made food? If you have a home, do you have a backup generator? If you live in an apartment and your power goes out and you need heat, do you have a backup plan of somewhere to go to or run to? Do you have cash on hand in case you need to use cash in case the electricity doesn't go out? I know it's kind of late to be bringing this up, but this is things that you may have to work around should an emergency. The best thing you could do in an emergency is to stay calm. And the best way to stay calm is to be prepared. So let's see how you're going to use this day. Like I said, do you have everything you need? Did you think of everything? If you're using candles, do you have a nice protective fireproof jar to put them in or glass to put them in or holder to hold them? And is it away from anything that's flammable? Because if you're in the NYC area and you are on X, there was an issue, not last night, the night before, of a fire breaking out in an apartment building. So we don't want you to make those headlines. So we want you guys to be safe. We want you guys to be warm. Another thing, if you're looking to keep your electrical bill down or the heating cost down, cooking might help. because it helps warm up the house. I know I just turned on the oven to make the garlic bread, and I was able to keep my dial a little bit down because I know cost is another thing. And I know most people think later on I'll just worry about the cost. Well, if you're mindful, there goes another word I like to use a lot on this channel. If you're mindful, you'll be prepared enough where you don't have to spend that extra cash. Keep an alert. Watch the alerts from Con Edison. If you use Con Edison, if you don't use Con Edison, whoever your power company is there, they'll let you know. I got alerts all yesterday afternoon and throughout the night of them being aware, and they're taking preparations and they're ready for everything. I found out while I was just scrolling on X that here in New York City, there is a Plow New York NYC that you could see if your area has been plowed or if it's scheduled to be plowed and how the progress is going around. If you have a car, this is one thing. I don't have a vehicle, but if you have a vehicle and you step outside, turn that baby on occasion for a few moments. Just keep it going, because you don't want it to stall out due to this cold or anything like that. Like I said, this is my opinion. These are things that I used to do when I had a car. So go ahead. How are you doing? What do you have planned? Do you have a record player? Are you going to sit around listening to your favorite record today? Are you going to sit down and catch up on some binge watching? Or better time used is, are you meal prepping for this year? For this week, not this year, if only. Are you meal prepping for this week? I mean, granted, yes, we the next 24 hours we could be free and clear, but that doesn't mean if there's ice on the lines or anything like that, after the 24 hours, the power might go down because of the weight on the line. So meal prep stuff that's easy to put together and eat. This is a short one. Oh, if you have kids, if you have children, first, are all your electronic devices charged? It's never too late to charge them. That's all I'm going to say. Do you have board games? Do you have coloring books? Do you have something to keep the kids occupied that would keep them calm and keep your sanity intact? These are the little things that you could be doing today, even though, yes, the storm is quote unquote here, but that doesn't mean your preparations and putting yourself together and making it as cozy and safe as possible is done. The main part prior was getting the purchases. Now, let's get the house all cozy. Take advantage of this nice, snowy, beautiful, freezing day, and enjoy your Sunday. If you're going to church, like I said, if you're going to your house of worships, bundled up, dress in layers. Don't forget your gloves. Don't forget your hat. If you got to wear a hoodie under your winter coat, do it. You do not want to get caught out there in this weather. The wind is vicious. The temperature's cold. Yesterday I went out and it was a little bit colder than today. And I started to, just not even being out 10 minutes standing on the platform waiting for my train, I started to get a headache. That's how cold it was. So take those precautions. And I don't like face masks, but if you could cover your mask and make sure that you could insulate the heat within you so you're not someone who gets caught out there in that cold. I know a lot of people have to go to work today. Please be safe. If you're traveling in the metro areas, check to see if your trains are running, especially if it's in an elevated or outdoor area. Okay? And also check your bus routes. And keep in mind, those buses may not be running on time. It is not their fault. It is due to the weather, mostly. It's due to the weather, mostly. But like I said, this is a short one. feel free. If you have more tips that you'd like to share, please leave it in the comments. Share it with people so they know. I'm going to try to find that link to go ahead and have you know where the warming buses are. They're mostly for the homeless that are stuck out in the cold, but in a pinch, I would jump in there just to make sure that I don't go home with frostbite. And this is the type of weather I haven't seen it dip this cold in a very long time here in New York City. Please be safe out there. I'll see you next week. I'll actually probably do my regular program. It was due to the storm. Enjoy a nice warm brunch. Have some hot cocoa. Enjoy your coffee, your tea. Until next time.